Good morning, students. Today we will discuss the topic globalization and its positive and negative effect on the economy, and then we will talk about the negative and positive aspects of new economic policy. So as in earlier videos we discussed about the economic reforms. So mainly there was the three reforms. That first is liberalization, then privatization and globalization, also called LPG. L means liberalization, P means privatization and G means globalization. Okay, so liberalization, it means in liberalization the industry which were imposed many type of restrictions for the production, so these restrictions were removed in liberalization, and there was the also license system that was reduced, that was removed from the many type of industry, and it was capped only for the 4 or 5 industries. Okay, then privatization. So as we talk that why there was the need of new economic policy, the public sector, or we can say public government sector firms, industry which were not running or not working efficiently, these industries were closed or given to private sector. Means these are also called sick industry, means which were not giving any profit and was running in loss only. The government was doing expenditure on these industries, but the आउटपुट वॉज नथिंग. मीन्स गवर्नमेंट उन पर अपना पूरा एक्सपेंडिचर लगा रही थी, लेकिन जो प्राइवेट गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर था उस वो एफिशिएंटली वर्किंग नहीं था, और जो बहुत सारे रिस्ट्रिक्शंस थे उसकी वजह से कहीं ना कहीं करप्शन भी एग्जिस्ट कर रहा था इकोनॉमी में. एंड बिकॉज ऑफ ऑल दिस थिंग गवर्नमेंट थिंक दैट देयर इज़ नीड ऑफ प्राइवेटाइजेशन in the economy. So the industry which were earlier government, or we can say public sector, these were given to private sector, as 17 industries were under government sector, these were given to private sector, and at the present time there is only 2 industry which is fully government, and also there is some procedure that government is thinking about in railway. Okay, earlier it was mainly government, or we can say also we discuss about in monopoly market, that monopoly market we give example of Indian Railway. So earlier it was fully government, but now there is government thinking about for the private partnership. Okay, so the industry which were given to private sector, that will be run by the government sector, private sector only. So government capped only 2 industry under fully government control, and the private sector was given freedom for the production. Okay, then came globalization. So what is globalization? Globalization mainly mean connecting with the world economy. Means earlier there was closed economy, Indian economy was closed before 1991-92, but after globalization it was connected or was integrated with the world economies. So globalization, it is defined as a process associated with increasing openness, growing economic independence and deepening economic integration in the world economy. Means with the world economy establishing more relations, doing more export and import. Okay, so mainly in simple term we can say globalization we mean connecting our economy with the world economy. Okay, then what were the barriers that were removed or were reduced in globalization? So earlier there was the restrictions on the import of capital, technology. So these restrictions were removed in globalizations, that these barrier we could say that were reduced. So after globalization there is free flow of capital, free flow of technology, free movement of technology. Means technology can be imported from developed countries. Okay, earlier there was many type of restrictions on the firms, company, industry for the import of technology or import of machines, raw material, but globalization make it all easy. Then outsourcing. So outsourcing, what is outsourcing? outsourcing means hiring business services from the outside world. Okay, it means that we are taking services from the other countries, that is outsourcing. So why there was the need of outsourcing, or we can say what are the advantage of outsourcing? So advantage, first is easy availability of cheap labor. As for example, India is most populated country and developed country which are having less population, and the labor in developed country is costly, so these can hire labor from the populated country at cheap rate. Okay, so this is one of the benefit of outsourcing. Second, reasonable degree of skill, as different people have different type of skill, so uh, according to their need they can hire the labor. Then lack of competitors, so as developed countries are more developed and they have more type of technology, so our domestic industry which are running in domestic territory, earlier they were not working efficiently, but because of globalization company try to compete other companies. Okay, so they work efficiently. Then cheap and abundant availability of raw material. Obviously raw material, if one country having costly raw material, then after globalization it become easy to take from any world economy, to take raw material whatever is needed. Okay, then revolutionary growth of IT industry in India, as there was in after 1991 economic reform, there was rapidly increase in IT sector in India, as it is included in service sector. So if we see the contribution of our three sector, that is primary, secondary and tertiary, so tertiary sector, IT sector is contributing more to the GDP. Okay, it means in Indian economy growth there is more contribution of tertiary sector, IT sector we can say. Okay, then positive effect of globalization. What are the benefit, positive sides of, as it is said, everything have two aspect, one is positive, other is negative. So what are the positive effect of globalization? It become easy for the country to adopt new type of methods for the production and new type of technology. Okay, and there was also change in the pattern of trade, production patterns. Trade means earlier there was limited export and import of goods and services, but after globalization export import increase, and there was also change in trade pattern, as earlier there was more restrictions on the trade, but import of goods also and export of goods, but now it become easy for export and import of goods. Then raise of foreign capital, as there is increase in export of goods, means we started more exports, then it means we have more inflow of foreign currency. More inflow of foreign, inflow means अपनी country में आ रहा है. If we are importing more, then there is outflow of foreign currency. Okay, and if we are exporting more goods, then there is inflow of foreign currency. So because of more increase in export after globalization, there is more inflow of foreign currency, and more foreign currency means there is increase in foreign capital. Then qualitative improvement in the country, as there was also increase in the standard of living of the people. Qualitative means increase in, or we can say improvement in standard of living of people, that was increased. And there was also increase in employment, as government invited foreign countries to invest in our domestic country, so there was lots of opportunity for the people to work in different type of companies, factories. Okay, and there was also increase in efficiency of banking and foreign sector. Increase in technology, obviously after globalization it become easy for the country to import technology from other country, so companies or factories started importing technology from developed countries, as developed countries are more abundant, having more capital abundant, and as developing country like India having more labor. So they have more advanced technology compared to developing country like India. So after globalization it become easy to import technology from developed countries. Okay, the negative effect of globalization. Negative effect first is loss of domestic industry. As domestic industry working in our territory, they were unable to compete foreign companies, because foreign companies having more capital means more money, more technology. Okay, so our domestic industries were not able to compete with the foreign countries, so they were near to close. Then exploits human resources. This is one of negative aspect, or we can say negative effect of globalization, that human resources was exploited by the foreign companies, as we see in MNC like Wipro. There are also Genpact. Okay, so these companies usually make their own norms and working hours, like there is 9 to 6 job. So they mainly exploit, and they do not give much money for this long time period. Okay, means working hour is more like 9 to 6, but they are not paying as much as money for this long working hour. So there is exploitation of human resources. Okay, and there is also increase in unemployment, as earlier the people were working in government sectors, and the industry, public sector industry were closed. So these people become unemployed, and the domestic industry which were not able to compete with foreign industries, so they were closed, and the people working in this industry also lost their job. Okay, and there was also increase in the gap between the rich and the poor. So rich become more rich and poor become more poor, because the foreign investment was in only advanced areas, or we can say in developed areas only. So rural development was ignored in this policy. So the poor people were not given any importance, or we can say that rural development was not given any importance. Because of that, the rich people become more rich and the poor become more poor. Then dominance of foreign institution, as more and more foreign companies will be established in our country, then there will be dominance of foreign institutions only. Because slowly that what will happen, that our domestic industry, they will not be able to compete with the foreign industry product, and if they produce or copy that type of product, then they bear high cost of production, because they don't have that type of technology. Okay, and if they bear high cost, it means the prices will be more compared to foreign companies. So people will not purchase high cost goods, they will prefer low cost goods. Okay, as also we discuss in micro, that there is inverse relation between price and demand. Okay, so this was also a negative aspect of globalization. Then negative effects of new economic policy, means we can say liberalization, privatization and globalization. What were the negative effect of all our new economic policy? So agriculture sector was neglect in this policy. No preference was given to agriculture sector. And as earlier also we talked that more focus was on urban sector only, means urban, the industry were established in urban areas only, rural areas were not given any importance, these were ignored, neglected. Then preference for handicraft were low, as India handicraft is very famous all over the world. So the handicraft industries were not given any preference. Okay, and because of that they start to lose their importance. So this is also one negative point, that we are famous all over the world in handicraft. At present time you must have listened about the Tiruma Devi from Badmer, and they now they become famous at a global level, means they are exporting their goods to the foreign countries. So India handicraft is always from before British time also it was very famous, but slowly after when British came and they started to exploit our handicraft, so it lost their importance. And this in new economic policy also it was not given much importance to handicraft. Okay. Then positive effect of an new economic policy, then increase in growth rate of GDP. Obviously there was more production in the economy. More production means more income of the people. More income of the people means more national income and more growth of the country. After globalization, our technology sector increased at a rapid rate, and there was a revolution in the IT sector, we can say. Then increase in government revenue, as government collect revenue by taxes from the companies, so government revenue was also increased. There was increase in national income. National income we mean that final value of final goods and services produced in the economy during an accounting year. It means more goods and services were produced in the country in an accounting year, and more value means the national income increase. Then increase in foreign exchange reserve. More export and import means more inflow and outflow of foreign currency, and if we are exporting more goods, then there is more inflow of foreign currency and increase in foreign exchange. Then private and foreign investment. Obviously after new economic policy there was increase in investment, FDI, which is called foreign direct investment also, so that was increase. And at present time after 2015 100% FDI is allowed in India. Earlier it was 50% only. And India make their India emerged as a power country, means at the global level India is emerging as a power, because after globalization there are many type of revolution, like mainly in IT sector, and that make India GDP at a that grow India GDP at a more rate. And because of that India is emerging economy. Shift from monopoly market to competitive market. When there is one or single seller of any commodities, then there is monopoly. But if there are many type of companies that are producing goods in the economy, it means there is competition between the companies. And also it is a positive point that because of foreign investment and private investment there was increase in the competition, and that market shift from monopoly to competitive market. Okay, so decline in poverty. Also there was lots of job opportunity by establishing new MNC in India, new type of firm, foreign investment, private investment. So there was decline in poverty rate, and according to 2011-12 data there is 21.9% population is poor in India. Okay, so students, these are some positive effect of new economic policy. Okay, so watch the video and also read these topics from your book. If you face any problem, any doubt, you are free to ask. Thank you.